I'm Morgan.
And I'm Louie.
And welcome to our podcast. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Morgan and Louie in Portugal podcast. This is episode 14 and we're talking today about culture shocks. We're not going to call them bad, so the weird and the cool culture shocks that we've had since moving here. If you're new here, my husband Louie and myself, we are from the United States and we moved to Portugal just a year ago, and we have been sharing our life on social media and now on YouTube and through a podcast on YouTube and Spotify. So if you're interested in what life has been like for us, click the follow, click subscribe, and join us on this amazing journey. We're headed into year 2 and I am so excited to see what happens. Seriously. So
it's been quite the ride, hasn't it?
It really has.
Let's see what year 2 brings us.
I think it's going to bring great things. I really do. Year 1 was amazing, and I think it's only up from here. But enough about that. If you have not listened to our previous episode 13 is actually where we talk about 1 year of living here in Portugal. So you can go back and listen to that, check that out first, and maybe any other episode that interests you, and then come back and we'll get into episode 14.
Let's do it.
We always want to remind you guys about our San Miguel trip coming up. We still have
a few months.
Yeah, like it's in July, the end of July 27th to August 3rd. And we're going, the two of us are hosting a group trip to San Miguel, the Azores, with Sog Vacations out of Fall River.
Viva Fall River.
And it is going to be a blast. I'm really freaking excited. If you don't know us, or if you do, we wanted to move to San Miguel but chose not to. So it really holds a special place in our heart. So we're going to go back there and we want you guys to join us. The whole trip is fully planned. Like, we're going to do some really cool things. You can check out the itinerary in the show notes. I'll make sure to put it there. Episode 14, like I said, we're going over culture shocks. So we're going to talk about the weird things that we've had trouble adjusting to or that we didn't expect. And then some of the kind of like cooler or more normal things, you'll say. So let's start out with the weird culture shocks. What is the number one that like pops out to you? That like the hardest thing that when we moved here, you were like, this was a surprise? Or
you asking for me overall?
Yeah.
I think the thing for me was probably the lack of personal space here. You probably know I was going to say that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock anybody, but it seems that here people really don't mind getting really close. For example, every time I go to a store, I'm not even kidding, every time, and I'm looking at something on the shelf and there's nobody else around me, more than likely, I'd say probably 99% of the time, somebody is going to come in that aisle and pretty much cut in front of me and look at exactly what I'm looking at with no harm done. They just do it. And I wasn't looking at that product.
It's not malice, I've noticed, but it really was hard for me too. Like my favorite is when people like hover over my shoulder and they're like breathing behind me and I'm like, I'm just going to go look at something else. That is the thing. Right now.
And I'm not trying to talk bad about it, but I'm just not used to that.
No, not at all. Let's preface this with, this is not us making fun of. This is not us, like judging. This is just something that we're not used to. Like, these are things we're not used to. This stuff doesn't really happen in the United States. So
just not to us.
Yeah, just want to get that out there before we move forward with these. No hate at all. Just adjustments. Plus, it'll be like good for other people who are moving here to kind of know what to expect. So that way, You
can't find this on YouTube, at least not. We're just trying to keep it real.
Yeah, exactly. Along with that, I also want to talk about how, like, when you're walking on a street, people don't move. Like, they stay and they'll just keep walking towards you, and that kind of is like that personal space thing. And they'll walk like, you would think like driving, you want to walk on the right side.
I've always said this.
They don't.
In the, when people, like she was saying, there'll be like a group of 5 people and they won't budge.
At all.
If one of you don't move, it's like a game of chicken. Somebody's got to get out of the way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There is no walking on the right side of the road or the left. I mean, here you drive on the right side of the road as well. But when it comes to walking, I was always like taught and told that you should walk as if you're driving and walk to your right side.
Me too.
And other people would be obviously walking to your left. But here, I notice people just kind of scatter everywhere, and you do a lot of stopping and a lot of like
dodging. Yeah, exactly. And then kind of with like personal space, this is a huge European thing. Like I feel like I had heard people talk about this before we moved here, but then completely forgot about it. And then we moved here and I experienced it and was so caught off guard. The like greeting the kissing that people do when they greet. Look, it's like this. Should we show them?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's like this. It's like, hi, mwah, mwah. And you're like, hi, you know? And I don't know, this is just me being an American and like wanting my personal space. I don't love it. I thought in the beginning, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I don't think it's fun anymore. Most people smoke here, and that's like a whole nother thing we'll probably talk about. Most people smoke here, so like, I just smell that when they're like right up in my face, or like, you know, just hygiene. Like, I don't love it. I'm an acne girly, so like, I don't need your face rubbing against my face. I'm so sorry. So that's me. I don't know. Does it bother you?
For me as a guy, I find it a little weird that I don't have to, but that I guess men are expected to give women kisses on the cheeks. Yeah, like if you know them, but I'm like, a nice hug is just fine.
Yeah, or a handshake.
Nothing I can't adapt to. I can't adapt to this.
Yeah.
So it's cool too.
It is.
It's just something unique that you don't really. I mean, we never did it.
No.
Coming from a Portuguese family in the States, we never did any of that.
No, but I will say I grew up in a family where like I would kiss my grandparents when I would say, you know, hello, when I would greet them. But that was it. They were the only ones that I would give a kiss to. I would never kiss, like, even my mom I never did, and never friends or people I meet for the first time. Here, you do it when you meet someone for the first time. It's like you will shake hands, but you'll also probably more than likely give a cheek kiss. So like, just be prepared. If somebody does that, it's going to happen. It happens all the time for us.
I'm going to practice on my cats. I'm going to give my little Lily here little cheeky kisses. Isn't that right, Lily? Isn't that right, Lily? So you should hear the purrs on her.
She's a purr machine.
No, I guess she didn't like it.
So because I already mentioned it, we'll go into smoking. If you guys aren't familiar, Portugal is like, they smoke. Like everybody smokes. They literally have vending machines
everywhere
with cigarette packs.
Go to the hospital. Cigarette vending
The irony
machine.
in that. Yeah.
So cool.
It is. So
I say it's cool. I don't smoke.
No, neither.
Cigarettes. But
so, you know, it's an adjustment.
But it would be cool, like say your parents, if they ever come to visit us,
they'll adapt fine to that.
They can get 20 different brands of cigarettes
in a vending machine.
They can get a cafe and then be like, oh, let me get some change. And go get some cigarettes in the machine.
It's true. And everybody smokes.
Everybody smokes.
Everybody smokes.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, you'll be walking down the street, like just expect when you walk out of a supermarket, everybody's standing outside smoking, and you will walk into a cloud of smoke. So.
Or a restaurant for sure, especially after they eat.
Especially after they eat. So that was an adjustment. I think if you know Portugal, you're familiar with that. But like just living here, you experience it. You're like, I didn't expect to walk into a cloud of smoke, but it happens.
It's part of the culture.
It is. Oh, it's so gross to me, but that's just my own personal thing. This one. Go for it. Go for it. Why?
Go for it.
You go first.
Okay. Mine is, this has happened actually with a few people. And this is something that Morgan and I have experienced. I say a few people that we know. People here, I'm not sure if it's just us, but they love making plans last minute. I'll get a text or a call, or our Zinj will be like, hey, we're doing something in 35 minutes. I'm inviting you guys to come with me or come over. And we're like, well,
I'm still in my robe.
It's 7 p.m. at night, and I just had dinner with my wife, so I don't know if I'm going to go have another dinner.
Yeah.
Me, I think I need like maybe a week in advance, like ahead of time. Because we do have things that we do, just like everybody else. We have our own lives, and we have the things to do. But last minute planning seems to be a popular thing.
But I noticed it's not just Portuguese people. It really is Portuguese people, but it's also like immigrants. Like we have Canadian friends who will be like, hey, I'm going to pick you up right now. And you're like, huh?
Right now? No, you're not. It's
I'm not even home.
At night. I want to hang out with my wife.
Exactly. So it definitely, that I don't think I can adapt to, if I can be honest. Like most of these I've kind of gotten used to, but this one I'm just like, the more we do social media, the more we do, our podcasts and stuff, the busier I feel. And like, I'm here also trying to take care of myself, and like I know you are, we're just trying to take care of life, and then
take care of each other.
I can't just like stop what I'm doing, and And I'm like a planner. Like I literally need to have like an agenda and like plan out my week because, you know, we do collabs and we have appointments. And so yes, that is a hard one for me to adapt to. I don't think I ever will. Yeah.
And with the last minute plan, excuse me.
Go for it.
With the last minute planning comes late night Portuguese dinners.
Yeah.
Another unique part of Portugal that you can love so much yet be torn at the same time. It's 9 p.m. and it's time to have this huge jantar that's going to go well into 10:30, 11 p.m. And I just go sleep it off with a full barriga.
I don't love doing that. I have like, I'll toss and turn and like have dreams because my belly's so full. But
the dreams are from all the bull that you eat.
Yeah, right.
All the sugar.
Probably, yeah. And like for me, I think I'm gonna just pause for a second, guys. Our vizinhos, I don't know if you know, but we had all these crazy storms this past month, and we have like this mosquito net over top of our driveway, and it completely collapsed. And so they're out here today fixing it. So if you hear things in the background, it shouldn't be too loud, but if you do, I'm so sorry. That's them just out there talking and working.
If I blink twice, that means we are in danger.
So late night dinners, that is a hard one for me too, because like, what do you mean I have to go out of the house? Like we're working late because a lot of our peeps are awake, you know, like later. They're like 5, you know, the United States, the East Coast is 5 hours behind. So like we'll be working and like editing videos and commenting and talking to you guys and replying to messages and emails at 9 o'clock at night because it's only what, like 4 there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 4 p.m. on the East Coast. So it's hard for me to be like, oh shoot, I can't shower and get ready, or I have to stop working and like go out because, you know, or like if we make an appointment to have like a meeting with someone at a restaurant, it'll be at like 8:30 and you're like,
sheesh,
okay, it's dark, I gotta leave, and I'm just, you guys know me, I'm a homebody, so.
I just want to lay down on my couch with my cats and watch Ghost Hunters.
Exactly, but we have to get out of our comfort zone. So then the next thing, and I think this kind of goes with like the hours situation, is business hours here in Portugal. So if you're moving to Portugal, if you're not familiar with it, they have an extended lunch. Like most places will close for lunch at like what, sometimes 12 until 2:30.
12 until 2:30,
yeah.
1:30 sometimes.
Yep, you know. Exactly. Also, guys, I don't know if you saw in our last video, we have this really cool friend. She makes really cool products like mugs. She gave us some ornaments at Christmas. So you should go check her out. I'll also put her link in the show notes. So, obrigada. Cheers. At grocery stores in Portugal, you're going to need to bring your own bags or purchase them there. I don't remember how much they cost because we just usually bring our own. What are they, like 10 cents? 10 centimos?
10 or 15.
Yeah.
See. And like she said, that was a shock to me because everywhere you go in the US, they always had bags.
Yeah.
Here, they try and be more eco-friendly.
Yep.
So they make you either bring your own, like the reusable ones, and we bring in our Demoulas bag everywhere we go.
Yep.
Or they make you buy them.
Yeah. So. My friend Isabel, she's my tutor. She actually was like, hey, just so you know, you're gonna have to purchase grocery bags. Like, she kind of like prepped me for the move with a lot of things. And so I actually packed our Demoulas bag, our Lidl bag, and a few other ones that like my grandmother had given me. I packed them because I was like, well, we're gonna need some grocery bags. We're gonna get there and immediately go to the grocery store, and like, why not? They're such nice bags. Like, they were an investment. Oh, you know something else? Salesmen don't pressure here.
That's only in the aspect of vehicle purchasing that I've experienced. I don't know anybody else. Like, I don't know how it is if when we go buy a house, if they're gonna be. True. I know buying a vehicle, they were not pushy because we visited 3 total, and the 2 were like, it's one of those things where you go in and they ask for your number and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna leave here and that guy's gonna call me back in like 10 minutes and say he's got a deal for me. He never called me back. He never called back. The customer has to be the more aggressor here if you want to purchase something, especially with like a vehicle. That's just my experience, though.
Yeah. You guys all know, if you've been following us, especially on social media, especially this winter, the houses are so humid here. They're all made out of concrete, and they like just hold all of this moisture. Like I think you actually told me that because of the concrete, it like soaks up the moisture and then it makes your house so cold and wet.
Just sits there.
Gross.
And so you need like 3 different dehumidifiers to suck that out of the concrete, or else you're gonna have a cold house. And we learned that this winter. That was a nice culture shock for us.
It was. Say dehumidifier in Portuguese.
How does it?
That's one of your hard words. Dehumidificador.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay. Oh, this one's Louie's favorite, you guys. I think this one is probably his worst out of all of them.
What's that?
The size of washing machines.
I'm gonna have to tell the truth on this one. They're very, very tiny.
Yeah.
Very small washing machine.
They are.
And I get it. I appreciate the fact that they're trying to be as eco-friendly as possible. But the washing machine is very, very small. And to get a good load of laundry done, it's going to take you about 3.5 hours.
I really feel like it backfires.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be eco-friendly, but
I don't think so, because it'll shoot out a little bit of water, and then it'll kind of and they'll just stop for 20 minutes.
Is that just our guys? Is that just our washing machine?
It can't be. It can't be.
Is that
dryers?
normal?
Excuse me, dryers. Are not the same here as they are in
they're
the
not
States.
even really common. We bought a dryer because we wanted a dryer, but like I've had many people tell me like we don't even use one. So are your clothes just staying wet all the time?
Yeah, because what happens when it rains for 4 weeks in a row like it did here? Where are you going to dry it? And we have a drying rack, but
it's not big enough to hold all of our clothes.
2 towels and a few rags, and a couple of t-shirts.
Imagine, we are constantly doing laundry every single day. I can't imagine how we would dry it.
I'm not going to wear the same quackers more than once.
No, that's gross. So that, I think that was a really big adjustment, is like the laundry situation here. But I will say we've gone to the laundromat many times and they seem to be fine. I mean,
they're pretty industrial washers and dryers. They're pretty big.
They are, yeah. So I think that kind of wraps up our weird culture shocks. Do you have anything else?
Not that I can. No, I think that's.
I think so too. Those are like the things that we normally, chat about. Well, let's get into the cool culture shocks.
Yeah. I'm sure we could. A few of these.
I think so. Anything off the top of your head?
Yeah. Yes, it's cool, and dang, it also can be a bite in the butt. Portugal has a lot of holidays. Random saint on a Tuesday, everybody's off from work and school. So that's great. But if we don't know about that because we're more Americanized and we didn't know any of that here, you plan on going to the bank or you plan on going to the Loja Cidadão, and then it's like,
that's it.
It's closed. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Saint Dia dos Aflitos today. And
the little villa is, shut down. Yeah, exactly. That is true. And I think it kind of can be difficult too because they're not really open about advertising for it, because you just know, right? Like the towns, the villages, everything, they just know that it's a festa or whatever the heck it is, a holiday. And that was like a huge thing moving here, is I learned that there are national holidays, so the entire country is shut down, right? But then each region has its own holidays, and then within the regions, maybe each aldea or like neighborhood or town has their own holiday. So like,
it's really subjective to where you're living, I guess.
Yes. So if you are like, oh, I live in the Algarve, but I'm going to travel north, you may run across a weekend that it's a holiday and like you don't know, so just keep that in mind. It's very unique. It hasn't really delayed us from anything. In fact, I think it's really cool because they get to celebrate more and they get to spend more time with family and they get to just live life more. Like, I think that's beautiful.
It's a really beautiful thing.
It is, yeah. Greeting everybody is one for me. It's like anywhere we go, at least for me, this is my personal experience, I don't know about you, but anywhere we go, everybody says hi. Like, it's like, they'll either say bon dia or bon tard or, whatever, like, how are you doing? And like, it's just really nice to like kind of be welcomed. If you go into a shop, you exchange a greeting with most of the people there. Sometimes I'll be in the locker room at the gym and, a lady will come in and she'll say bon dia, bon tard, and it's nice. It catches me off guard and I like it. I think it's nice.
The friendliness is definitely more here. And I'm going to tell you a little quick story that I told Morgan about before. Things like even the mailman here, he delivers to your house couple of times a week, maybe every 2 weeks, and he becomes familiar and he's actually friendly.
Yeah.
Where recently we had a mailman that I asked a question to before we moved to in the States, and this guy was offstandishly like I was going to come attack him, but I really just had a question about where my mail was going. And it reminds me of the times when I was a child back in Fall River, and mailmen were different and they were friendly, and they were nice to the kids, and they were personable. That's long gone.
Yeah.
And to see that here,
it's beautiful.
I think it's a wonderful thing.
This one is Louie's favorite.
I know what she's thinking of. You can get a cafe here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, almost anywhere.
Anywhere.
You can go to the Portuguese version of Lowe's, which is Leroy Merlin. It's actually French, so don't come at me, guys. And you can get a cafe there. They have a little shop inside
they do.
that loja to have cafe. To have cafe. You can go to your local supermercado and sit down and have a cafe na pastel de nata.
Literally.
One of my favorite things.
We've done it many times.
Cafe culture here is an absolute thing, and I love it, and I'm here for it the whole time.
Yeah, like if you go over someone's house, like the dinner at 9 o'clock, it's like, oh, it's like 12 a.m. You want a coffee? Huh? No, I don't want coffee.
Do you have decaf? It's like, what?
Like, who are you, decaf?
Nerd.
So, yeah. Next, because I'm kind of like following down a list. We wrote down a bunch of things so we would not forget anything. And next I have one that I found very interesting. Police officers here are just like chilling.
I would say they're not as aggressive.
Yeah.
In the States, I think they police officers, knowing some in the past, they have to really put this fear into people and look a certain way and
pressuring.
Yeah. I mean, you're driving on the highway, you're doing the speed limit. What are you thinking when you're driving in the U.S.? You're paranoid that you're doing something wrong, even though you're not. And you're paranoid that you're going to be chased by the cops. At least that's how it was for me for a lot of times.
Yeah.
Here, not saying it's not like that here, right? But in my experience, it seems like they're a lot more chill. You know, as long as you're doing everything you should be doing, they're not really out to like get you for nothing in a way. You know, I feel like that happens a lot in some places. You know, they kind of look for things
to nitpick. Yeah, I think so too.
Just me complaining.
I feel here that I never have to worry about GNR. Like I never have to worry about the policia, nothing. Like I'm just like, I'm just living my normal life, and like if one's behind me, I'm not worried that they're like scouting. Like if we drive by one on the road, I'm not worried if I'm going 5 miles per hour over or kilometers per hour over. They're just chilling. Like they're here to help more than they are to like pressure or find crime. You know, like they're more, I see them more at traffic, like what do you call those? Well, mostly, or like when people break down, they're more just like assisting with emergencies and things like that. And I think that is marvelous. And I don't know if it's because like Portugal is one of the safest countries in the world, so they just don't feel the need to be aggressive, maybe. Yeah, it could be that. Like the sheer amount of crime Portugal has, it's very minuscule compared to other countries. Don't know. But I thought that was a really, really fun thing. And I just feel calmer. Like the whole environment of this country is just genuinely calmer. It was really funny to me. In Portugal, I don't think it's legal. I can't say 100%, but you can literally just like park anywhere. I say that, right? Like we were just talking about police, but like people make parking spots out of anywhere. They'll just like pull up on the sidewalk and park. Like, it's kind of cool to me.
Especially when it's festive season.
Oh, yeah.
You never find parking.
Never.
So there's a dirt road over there with some grass. Everybody else is parked on it. Let's just hop that curb and do that.
Yeah, exactly. Simple menus.
You like that?
What's next?
I do too. It's not overwhelming. You go to a restaurant here, you got a sheet with a few items on it. Sometimes, and I do know restaurants here in Portugal that also have menus that are really overloaded with food. And it makes it really difficult to pick items.
They're mostly tourist ones.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. But the more natural ones is probably like 5 things on the menu on the bulk side, and then a few pastiche, and then a couple of desserts. This is what we got. If you don't like it, move on to the next.
For me, it's love-hate, because I think it does make things very simple. But then sometimes if I'm moody and I'm like, oh, I don't want any of this, you know?
Yeah,
but you kind of like adapt to it.
What do you mean all you serve is bacalhau here?
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's really cool too, because like one of our favorite foods here is churrasco. Like it's like kind of like roasted chicken. And it usually is like the most simple menu. It comes with like French fries, salada, rice, you can get a drink and a coffee. Like it's so simple. It's
wicked good.
It's delicious, but it did take some time for me to adapt to it because I'm so used to the US and everything being like overly flavorful and huge, and just you have a million options to pick from.
Yeah.
There's an adaptation.
Here it's like less ingredients and it makes it more tasty and more flavorful.
Yeah.
So it's, obviously we hear this all the time, but it's just less garbage in the food, so it's going to taste different when you get here. So
yeah, and I actually kind of think we're going to slightly talk about some of this next week and next week's episode, so we'll go further into this then. But next one is farm.
favorite.
I do love this. Farm animals everywhere.
Driving on the highway, you look over, you see somebody's home. He or she's got this huge piece of land, some random sheep, carbonash here, cavalage there.
When we drive by, like on the highway coming home, there's like this area that's like kind of industrial, and they have this field that has like 2 old soccer goal posts, like football goals, and there's just like 5 horses in that field now. Like, okay. Something that's super cool, and I don't know why, but I always talk to you about this, like you can have chickens.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere here, like in the U.S., it's like no. Suffolk ordinances says you can't have chickens in this yard.
We weren't even allowed to get a fence in our own property when we lived in Virginia at one point.
Here they're like, oh, you want chickens? Go for it, have fun, and like literally, you'll just like see a chicken running down the road, and it's sick. I freaking love it. Obviously, the city's probably different, right? Like Lisboa, you're not going to see that.
No such thing as diet soda here. However, there is a 0 sugar. Of what is to be diet soda.
Sometimes I see people on social media be like, oh, I'm back in the United States and I'm just crushing diet soda.
Oh, yeah?
I really haven't noticed. I don't care.
I think it tastes different, but to me, I think Portugal's version of 0 cola, 0 Pepsi, Coke is much tastier.
Really?
I do.
That's fun. I'm really curious to see when we go back if you change your mind.
I won't.
The next one is still kind of related to groceries, and maybe we'll talk about it next week a little bit too. The fact that milk is in boxes here.
Not refrigerated.
And it's so fresh that once you open a carton of milk, you have to drink it within 3 days or it goes bad. That means
the one we have in our fridge right now
is expired, long been expired. Oops. And then I guess along with that would be like eggs.
Yep.
Eggs. That's fun to me.
We always are very blessed to get fresh eggs, literally like almost any time we want. So that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And you don't have to put them in the fridge.
They last like 6 weeks unrefrigerated, unwashed.
Yeah.
But here in grocery stores, they're not in the refrigerator. They're just straight up like in cartons. Sometimes you'll still get a little bit of poop or feathers on them. Yeah. I love it. I think it's great. As a chicken lover, I'm a chicken girly. I love it. I'm like, free the chickens, free the eggs. I don't want those washed eggs that don't have a lot of vitamins and all of that.
She wants some poopy eggs.
I do. They're more natural. They're healthier for you, in my opinion, right?
Yeah,
like I'm assuming science-backed they are. This is something that Louie actually talked about with me recently. We just added last minute.
This was a big culture shock to me. When we first got here and I was paying, let's say, a 20 euro, and I got my change back and 85% of that change was in coins, my heart was broken a little bit.
It was broken?
Yeah, because back in the States, we almost don't even use any currency physical at all. We use debit for everything. Just like here, a lot of people do too. But coins I think they're even getting rid of the penny, or they have gotten rid of the penny.
Yeah, I think so.
Coins in the States started becoming obsolete.
Yeah.
You wouldn't use them. Here, coins are heavy everywhere.
They are.
And you need them. So much that I needed to buy Morgan a little moedish purse to carry all the moedas.
I love it.
Because I was just stacking them in my wallet, and I couldn't even put my wallet in my pocket because it was beginning to look awkward. And then, but the good thing is you do need those moedas almost everywhere you go.
Everywhere.
Because some places when you park, you can't just there's a machine to pay for parking, and you cannot use a card. You're going to need to use old school change.
Some cafes
arrowheads, buttons.
Some cafes are cash only, so like and things aren't like $20, right? Like mostly, it's like you get something that's like less than €5, so you need to have.
You want to go buy a cafe, because not all establishments will take your card if it's not more than €5. So if you just go buy a cafe in Upper Sheldon North and that thing's €3, you better have some weathers to pay up.
Or you better buy some more things. I want to tell you guys a really funny story that I just remembered, actually. this was probably our first few months of living here, and we lived near the university in Aveiro, or like Glycine-ish area, and there was this pizza restaurant that we would eat at frequently, Casa Mia. Really good. You guys should go and get the Hawaiian pizza. Very good. Hawaii. And there was one time, my Portuguese had not progressed quite like yet. My Portuguese progressed when we moved to this house in the Quinta. It really just kind of took off here. But before this, it was okay. And I remember I was like, I'll go pay, honey. I got this. Like, I'll go up and I'll go pay. Do you remember this story?
I think it's Sonic. I don't know what's gonna. I do remember this, but I forgot what happened.
Okay,
so
okay.
Let's hear it.
So I was like, I'll go do it so I can practice my Portuguese. And I got up there, and I was like, there was like a lady. She was helping me, and I was like, can I have a €1 bill back, like a nota, like a, you know, like a piece of paper.
Instead of getting the coins in euros?
Yeah, because
the €1 even have a €2 coin.
They do.
And we didn't know that.
Yeah, and I don't remember why I wanted a €1 nota, or maybe I just
Didn't want all
the change. Yeah, so I was like, can I have like a €1 nota? And the lady was like looking at me like, what the hell? And I was like you know, like the paper, papel. And she's like, what? You know, she's like, huh? And like, it just, the guy, the chef making the pizza right beside the register, he was like so flustered from listening to me go back and forth with her that he came over and took the change and just gave it to me. And I was like, okay. And then I realized after I came to you and I was like, I explained the whole situation. And you were like, honey, they don't have €1 notas. They only have it in change. And I was like,
that was very kind of Morgan to try and get paper currency back instead of coin. Poor thing, you tried.
Oh my gosh, I did try.
You know what I told her that day? She felt so silly, and I said, you know what, babe? You'll never do that again.
Ever.
You'll never forget that. And look, here she is telling you that story, so you don't do the same thing.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, there is no €1 nota. It's just coins.
And there is a €2 coin as well.
There is,
Those are my favorites.
I think the lowest bill they have is 5, isn't it?
The lowest bill? I believe so, yeah.
So, just in case you're curious, it's 5. Yeah, you know, and I think like, because we're gonna wrap it up here, but I think like one of the ways like how I kind of want to end this is like, there's a lot to adapt to here. Like when you move to a new country, when you move to a new place, I mean, shit, even if you just move to a new state or whatever, right?
For
like
real.
just move out of your comfort zone, away from what you're used to. You've got so much to get used to, and so much that, you know, it's just going to open your eyes. You're going to see the world differently. And like, we still sometimes chuckle at things that were like that. It's like, I can't believe that Morgan a year ago was like asking for a nota, and you're gonna make mistakes. You're going to experience, you know,
some
things.
Embarrassment.
Yeah, exactly. You're
gonna be shy about things.
Yeah, you're gonna feel like some days are just so hard and you're not getting any of it right, and things aren't going your way, and you're gonna have, especially if there's a language barrier, you're gonna have trouble communicating with people. So just know that that's so normal, and like it will get better, and there will be many, many more days where everything just goes normally and fine. So,
and the more you do it, the better you will become, the better you'll get at it. And look, like you just said a year ago, you were talking that, you didn't know that. Look at you now.
I know.
Look at you now.
So far.
Everywhere she goes, she refuses to have me translate for her in the beginning.
As much as I can.
And she always starts it off with, desculpa, eu estou aprendendo português, and that automatically sets up for the people to be more understanding. So if she's not doing good, if it's not coming out the way you intended to, they can have a better understanding.
Exactly.
Morgan always tries to get it off, speak in Portuguese as best as you can.
As much as I can.
You do such a great job.
Thank you.
Every freaking time I see you do it, and I'm always there all like kind of nervous, trying to, just in case you fall, I'm gonna like pick you up, you know?
Thanks. I need that because I'm still a baby. Like I really have a lot more to learn, and like sometimes I'll go to my vizinhas. Like the other day I went over there to say hi to her in the morning, and I was like, I told her in Portuguese, a minha português nunca, you know, nunca mais melhor. Like it never gets better. Like I feel like it's never good enough. And like we both chuckled knowing that like it's much better than it has been. But It's hard. Learning a language is freaking hard. It really, truly is. And, but I mean, you can do it, and it's so good for you, and it really is.
Good for your mind.
Yeah, so.
Submerge yourself in the culture. Don't
Exactly.
be afraid to. Don't hang out with what you only know.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there.
Yep.
Talk to Portuguese people, or wherever you are, talk to those people.
Yep.
Just open yourself up.
We're going to wrap it up here. Everything that we mentioned will be linked in the show notes below, so go check that out. Next week, we're going to talk about groceries and like the cost of groceries and our experience with shopping here in Portugal and just all of the things like food quality. Like we're going to kind of try to like lump all of that together. I think that's what we're going to do.
This is going to be a good one because I love comida, especially Portuguese comida. I love Portuguese supermercado culture.
So much. I love it. One of my favorite things to do is go grocery shopping here. So we're going to talk about that next week. So next week, next episode, because now we're doing every other week. So in 2 weeks is when Wednesday morning in 2 weeks is when that will come out. Other than that, this is just a reminder. If you're interested in our life here, make sure you follow along. You can click the subscribe to YouTube so that way we always show up. We also post like vlogs, and we started posting shorts on YouTube. You can follow us at Morgan in Portugal and Louie in Portugal on TikTok and Instagram. And we also have the podcast on Spotify. If you're listening, click the plus. That way you get an alert when our podcast comes out, especially now that it's every 2 weeks. Okay, anyways, see you guys in 2 weeks. Beijinhos.
Hello.